practice, no more deliveries, please. Please hold up. We'll need just a moment as we reset the scores.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bowl TV. This is Matt Canizaro alongside Aaron Smith, and we are live for the final round of competition here at the 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational. We're at the International Training and Research Center, the ITRC, here in Arlington, Texas, the home of Team USA, and a terrific training and competition facility right here on the International Bowling Campus. This is day 3 of competition at this year's Prairie View A&M Invitational. We started with five game Baker matches. Yesterday we had 5 traditional games of bowling, and today one more traditional game of bowling this morning helped determine the seeding for this bracket portion of the event. So a chance to see a variety of different formats, and now it will be 2 rounds of best of 7 Baker competition. The 12 teams, based on total pinfall from the weekend, were seeded into 3 separate brackets. The top 4 teams are in the championship bracket. Teams 5 through 8, you're watching right now, in our second bracket, and teams 9 through 12 are in the third bracket. Essentially, only the top 4 teams from qualifying now have a chance to win this event, and teams 5 through 8, best they can do if they win this bracket is finish 5th overall, and of course that means in the 9 through 12 bracket, the best they can do is finish 9th. Each of these matches also will count towards the team's win-loss record for the season, and that is why we had 5 matches and 6 traditional games. That way they bowled everybody once at this event, and now 2 more opportunities to put wins up for the 2017-18 season. So now that you're caught up there, let's meet our teams here. Again, best of 7 Baker matches. On our left lanes, 9 and 10, we have the number 5 qualifier, Fairleigh Dickinson, taking on number 8, Sacred Heart University. And on lanes 11 and 12, 5-time defending champion, the University of Nebraska, did not make that championship bracket here, so there will be no 6-peat. Potentially a new champion here at the Prairie View. Nebraska, this game, taking on Stephen F. Austin, the number 7 seed. So the two winners here in our featured pairs then will meet each other and bowl for 5th and 6th place. And then the two losers here in this round will bowl for 7th and 8th place. The next round, though, we will have those championship matches on our featured pairs. Lanes 9 and 10, 11 and 12 will feature those top 4 teams. So grab your popcorn and your beverage, sit back and enjoy some of the best female collegiate bowlers in the country in this great NCAA event. This is the 7th Prairie View A&M Invitational dating back to 2012. Vanderbilt won the inaugural event. Nebraska won the next 5. So Vanderbilt a chance to once again reign here at the Prairie View. Or will it be number 1 Arkansas State, number 3 seed McKendree, or Sam Houston, the number 4 seed? We will see coming up in just a little while, but right now our first round of Baker matches. It only took 6 frames to give the entire rundown. Aaron Smith, now we are ready to get to the action. Again, Sacred Heart taking on Fairleigh Dickinson, Nebraska, and Stephen F. Austin. And what a field. We have 8 of the top 10 teams in the nation competing this week at the Prairie View.
Absolutely, Matt. It's been a fun week to watch it unfold, and of course we'll get to see the exciting conclusion here. Usually we see Nebraska in the next set of matches, but as you mentioned, their reign as champion will end after 5 consecutive years. However, for the Cornhuskers, still looking to win 2 more matches for the week. Prove that win-loss record and walk away with some momentum. Off to a good start against Stephen F. Austin so far. 22 pins. Over on 9 and 10. A little bit slower start for Fairleigh Dickinson and Sacred Heart, kind of feeling out lane 9 and 10. Got 10 minutes of practice before we kick things off. And of course, if you want to follow your favorite team, if they're not on the live stream just yet, we do have the link to live scoring in the description below the video. If you're going to make your way down there and click on that link, go ahead and click on the thumbs up below the video as well. Let us know you like what you're seeing here on Bowl TV. It's going to be fast-paced today. Baker action, best of 7. The first miscue from Nebraska comes in the 8th frame. Big 4. Still have an opportunity at 2:33 though.
Again, just so you are ready for what's coming up next, the top 4 seeds leading the way all weekend long. Arkansas State looking to break through at the Prairie View. Number 2, Vanderbilt. Number 3, McKendree. And the 4 seed, Sam Houston. 4 very talented programs. Vanderbilt, the runner-up here last year. Arkansas State always in the mix, but cannot get the job done. We'll see if that can change here in 2018.
Arkansas State put together a nice finishing effort in the early game this morning to continue that momentum as the top seed and essentially having their way with this 40-foot condition at the ITRC. Julia Bond delivers the strike to kick off the 10th for Nebraska. Stephen F. Austin is able to strike here, though, a chance to shut out and take game at number 1. We do have individual standings in the books for 6 games Sacred Heart's Amanda Nardiello is the overall leader, 14-16. Good to see Amanda in a moment here, talented left-hander. Jordan Richer of Arkansas State, second, 13-78. Vanderbilt's Maria Ulanova, 13-58 in third. McKendree's Brianna Clemmer, fourth, 13-42. Her teammate Taylor Bailey, 13-41, rounded out of the top 5. Good shot there from Bond. Wraps the 10, however. So Stephanie Schwartz for Stephen F. Austin will just have to match. Just good count will be enough here to give the Lady Jacks the early 1-0 advantage against the Cornhuskers. Nine will be enough. Lady Jacks going to go up 1-0 on 11-12.
Stephanie Schwartz with the high individual game of the week, shooting .290 to help propel Stephen F. Austin. And for Nebraska, off to a slow start on day one, unable to recover. Climbed from 9th place up to 6th yesterday, and then ended up qualifying in the 6th position for the bracket. So could have made a run this morning, just came up a little bit short. With the graduations and turnovers and such, it was a great run to the dynasty, but now time for somebody else to hoist the championship trophy here.
Fairleigh Dickinson's going to need some strikes here, but they're going to have a chance. That strike in the 9th, strikeout to get to 203. Max score for Sacred Heart, 200 even. So 200 in the books for the Pioneers. Do nothing but sit and wait now. See if Carson Lukosius can find a way to double here in the 10th. We saw her do it last night. To collect a team win, it's kind of a chance. There's one.
Great clutch shot there. Stays composed. Knows that second one possibly equally, if not more important.
Question in the chat about North Carolina A&T. They are the 10 seed, taking on Louisiana Tech. All right, Carson now on the approach. Getting ready, must strike situation. There's another one, late trip of the 10, Carson Lukosius. Can see that fist pump there. She knew it. Now just needs 8.
Did not crack a smile though. Knows that, again, got the first one, got the second one, and now count on the third one. Terrific learning moment here. Great for the confidence. Folks, if you want to follow one of the other teams around during this round of match play, there's a link to the live scoring in the information box below your video window.
Nebraska off to a quick start. 3 strikes, looking to even things up against Stephen F. Austin. Carson needs 8. 9 is enough. 202, 200.
Down yonder, Aaron, it looks like in our championship bracket, number 4, Sam Houston, 248. ASU, 217. That's unofficial. Just looking from here. And ASU, again, in the top 4 every time at this event, but unable to take home that title. So, unofficially down 1-0 in a bid for the championship here in 2018. McKendree with the big opening game as well, 254. And we'll go up 1-0 against Vanderbilt.
Matt, sometimes you have to give a shout out to a nice performance, and for FTU, their leadoff bowler, Jenna Henderson, put together a nice 289 in the opening game and final game of qualifying, if you will. Had a shot at 290 to match the effort by Stephanie Schwartz for the high game of the event. Did not get all 10 to fall on that last shot, but nice confidence boost heading into bracket play. And Nebraska 6 for 6, getting things going here, wasting no time. Seven for 7. Things getting interesting on 11 and 12.
This week we're using a 40-foot oil pattern specific to this event. Using Kegel fire oil. It's 26.7 milliliters. Medium length, medium volume. Needed to hold up for quite a bit of traffic during the first 2 days of competition. It got a little sparky late in the day, but only one game bowled earlier this morning, so a lot less traffic. And the pattern, the transition, no match for Nebraska here in game number 2.
I think if they get this 9th one, I'm going to sneak down there, Matt. Get a little bit closer look at the 10th frame. Of course, watching it live here on Bold TV, can't ask for much more than that.
Day 1, Sacred Heart had a front 10 289. And the run comes to an end. The Greek Church in the 9th frame. Aaron said the magic words. But Nebraska well in control of this second game. Down 1-0 in this first best of 7 Baker match.
We do have scores rolling. Sam Houston 248 to 217, up 1-0. McKendree 254 to 221 over Vanderbilt. So McKendree up 1-0 on the Commodores. Prairie View A&M snuck out a 216-214 victory over Maryland Eastern Shore. And North Carolina A&T, a 180-159 winner in Game 1 over Louisiana Tech.
Again, if you want to follow your favorite team, link to the live scoring in the information box below your video window. We'll have the championship bracket on our featured pairs next round. Those teams: Arkansas State, Vanderbilt, McKendree, and Sam Houston. Of course, the two winners in that opening round will battle for the title, and the two losers will bowl for third and fourth place.
Nebraska is going to even things up here. 261 will be more than enough. To get the job done. Stephen F. Austin staying clean, but just not getting the strikes. Sacred Heart takes the advantage for 3 in a row.
All right, if you're just joining us, welcome. This is the 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational at the ITRC in Arlington, Texas. Matt Canizaro and Aaron Smith with live coverage of our final round of competition. We're in bracket play now, best of 7 Baker matches. Right now you're watching the second of our 3 brackets. This is the teams that qualified 5 through 8 after 2 days of competition. And the 5 seed, Fairleigh Dickinson, taking on number 8, Sacred Heart. And number 6, 5-time defending champion, University of Nebraska, taking on number 7, Stephen F. Austin. Big game there for Nebraska, 261 to even the match. The Huskers will not repeat for the 6th consecutive time here, as they were not able to make that top 4. But they can turn in a 5th place finish here if they're able to win their bracket. Stephen F. Austin will be in the 180s. This match will be tied 1-1.
FDU in trouble here after the missed 10-pin in frame number 8. Sacred Heart just needs a pair of marks. They will even this match up. It looked like Arkansas State got a game number 2 to even things up against Sam Houston. 261, 189, all tied up, Nebraska and Stephen F. Austin.
Down on lanes 3 and 4. Vanderbilt stringing some strikes, trying to even that match with McKendree.
All right, Sacred Heart needs to clean up this spare. FDU still has 215 out there. Sacred Heart already at 210. No problem for our individual tournament winner, Amanda Nardiello. Takes care of it, just needs 4 pins to even this match up. .222 is going to be a winner. Going to be all tied up here, 1 apiece. Sacred Heart and Fairleigh Dickinson. So we move to game number 3.
Nebraska off to a hot start again, delivering 4 consecutive strikes to start game number 3. Early miscue for Stephen F. Austin, the missed single pin in the first frame. Nebraska in control though, 261 in game 2 after a 222 start. Got edged by the Lady Jacks, 224-222. Starting game 2 with the front 8. Now 4 in a row here in game 3 for the Huskers. And on 9 and 10, a pair of splits, one a little more makeable than the other. FDU looking at the baby split. Gets 1 for 9, so the 6, 7, 10. So get 2, and we are all tied up here after 1. Coming up next, the championship match here live on Bolt TV, 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational will have a new champion for the first time since 2013. It's a pretty wild little dynasty for Nebraska. Vanderbilt won in 2012. Nebraska has won every year since. So will it be Vanderbilt back on top? Or a brand new winner?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, Matt. Thinking about you know, some of the players who were seniors last year for Nebraska having bowled their entire collegiate career, never losing at this event. So unfortunately for some of their seniors, Julia Bond, Kelly Belzeski, not the way they wanted to end their career at the Prairie View, but they're going to go out there and see what they can get.
Well, we mentioned earlier we have 8 of the top 10 teams in the nation. And according to the December National 10-Pin Coaches Association poll, Nebraska #1 in the country, McKendree #2, Arkansas State #3, Sam Houston #5, Vanderbilt 6, Stephen F. Austin 7, Maryland Eastern Shore 8, Fairleigh Dickinson #10, Sacred Heart 12, North Carolina A&T 17, Louisiana Tech 19, and Prairie View 25. So all of the teams this week ranked in the top 25 and working their way toward the NCAA championship, where the top 8 teams will qualify. So that's where the win-loss record this week comes in, very important. So again, Nebraska still ranked #1 as of December. This team's looking to get back to the championship. McKendree, the defending champions overall, also won the Intercollegiate Team Championship. So what a year for the Bearcats. And Shannon O'Keefe, their head coach here this week. Perhaps it's McKendree's year, we will see.
After starting with the front 5, back-to-back opens for Nebraska in the 6th and the 7th. But back on track here in the 8th frame, Stephen F. Austin, after the early miscue, rattled off 5 consecutive strikes, but now looking at a 4-7-10 in the 10th frame. Or in the 8th frame, excuse me. So Nebraska going to hold the slightest advantage if Kelly Belzeski can throw a strike. Give Julia Bond a little bit more room to work with. So Huskers try to make it 2-1. Great shot there, rings the 10. See if Dakota Hazelwood can get things going here. So a strong 9th for the Lady Jacks. She finds trouble as well, 3-9-10. Sacred Heart looking for 3 in a row. Dominique Newton connecting from the leadoff spot. For the Pioneers. Big time cover there, the 3-9-10. 1-pin match going into the 10th. Nebraska and Stephen F. Austin. Talk about a showdown of anchor players right here, Matt. Julia Bond, Stephanie Schwartz. Bond having the slightest advantage. 1 pin, 1 strike in the books. Can Schwartz match? All right, Bond will step up. A second shot. Still has the opportunity to shut out with all 3 strikes in the 10th. There's 2.
Here in this rematch of the 2016 NCAA championship match, Stephen F. Austin and Nebraska. Nice little rivalry developed there, I'm sure. Maybe some resentment after that particular battle. But they definitely push each other for sure. Nebraska pushing here in the 10th. SFA unable to push back, so Nebraska will go up 2-1. The victory here in game number 3.
Nebraska, an impressive 7-0-7 through their first 3 games as a team. 224 to 213. Sacred Heart in control. At the moment against FDU.
Aaron, a little tough to see from here, but based on what we're seeing on the scroller, McKendree is dominating Vanderbilt. I thought we had it backwards last game, but looks like McKendree 502 after 2 games, wins 254, 221, 248, 221. Arkansas State and Sam Houston are tied at 1 apiece. McKendree striking here again in game 3. And these are best of 7 Baker matches. Next round we'll have the championship match and the 3-4 battle. Right now you're watching the middle bracket teams 5 through 8. So best these teams can finish is 5th overall. The 2 winners will meet and bowl for 5th place. Time for the 10th frame now, and some more excitement on 9 and 10. Max score for FDU, 224. 9 count there, drops that to 203. Mark will be enough for Sacred Heart here in game 3. Count here on the first shot would have done it. And what better way?
Winner, winner. Pioneers up at 2-1 against FDU.
I don't believe we've seen Sacred Heart here in recent years.
I would agree.
A couple newcomers, Louisiana Tech here as well. Last year, McKendree made its debut. Put on a good show, made the top 4. Arguably the strongest field we've seen at this event. Nice little test for these teams with the postseason just a couple months away. So McKendree cruising to a win here in game 3. Bearcats gonna go up 3-0. They shot 759 their first 3 games, Aaron.
Yowza. That is beyond impressive. Just for one player to do that. You know, something to see, but as a team in Baker, averaging More than 250? That's just wow.
Still one win to go. Can't let up here. But another performance like that. The Bearcats headed to the championship match. Ken Vandy battled back from down 3-0. Fortunately, I did not catch the Sam Houston Arkansas State score. We'll get that here on the scroller here in just a minute. Keep you updated. Looks like Arkansas State won game 3, 205-178. So the Red Wolves up 2-1 over Sam Houston. Things coming together for North Carolina A&T here in the final round of the event. Up 3-0 over Louisiana Tech after some spare struggles over the first couple days of the event. USBC Hall of Famer Kim Kearney at the helm of the Aggies team. Must have been a nice dinner, relaxing Saturday night. Whatever it was, it worked. We're going very well here in match play. Here are our featured pairs. Nebraska leads 2-1 over Stephen F. Austin. And Sacred Heart up 2-1 over FDU.
Another good match developing here in Game 4 in this best of 7 Baker bracket match between Nebraska and Stephen F. Austin. Stephen F. Austin pretty much tied up with a strike here in the 8th.
We appreciate everybody being here on Bowl TV. What a way to start off Super Bowl Sunday with some Super Bowling here. Top collegiate ladies in the nation here at the ITRC.
Rundown of our other matches. Arkansas State up 2-1 against Sam Houston. McHenry up 3-0 against Vanderbilt. Prairie View A&M up 2-1 against Maryland Eastern Shore, and North Carolina A&T 3-0 against Louisiana Tech. 2-1 on both of our featured matches. Just enough on that 610 there. Stephen F. Austin is going to step up with a chance to shut out. 248 is still out there. Best Nebraska can do 236. So good count here from Stephanie Schwartz, and we will be making this a best of 3.
I would expect nothing less than a 7-gamer out of these two teams. But that will give us something to do. Well, the other teams are still bowling as well.
The 10-pin from Nebraska, that will be enough. Stephen F. Austin going to tie things up here. Back-to-back splits for Sacred Heart. Although a few frames ahead of Fairleigh Dickinson at this point. Now, Matt, if you were out here coaching, obviously teams have their own pace. Some teams bowl pretty quick, some teams a little more methodical in their approach. And you run into these situations where either you're behind a few frames, you're ahead a few frames. Do you want to be the one applying the pressure, or do you want your team to kind of know what they have to do and see if they can perform in that situation?
Well, I think in the perfect world, you get up there and you do your thing. You don't worry about what the other team is doing, what frame they're in. You go up and bowl your game because there's really nothing you can control about the other team. It's hard not to look at the scoreboard, of course. And if you're going to do that, I think I would want my team to apply the pressure. Certainly it's nice to be able to step up and throw the big shot when you need to. But to apply the pressure and make the other team do that, it really seems like more times than not, the team that has to strike or has to do something in that situation doesn't. So I say let's just get it done. Let's put the pressure there. Let the other team show up and earn it.
Matt Cannizzaro playing offense. Some great insight there. Final tally, 234 to 214. Stephen F. Austin ties things up here.
Louisiana Tech battled back for a win here against North Carolina A&T, so they'll go another game unofficially. We'll wait for the scroller to come by and see what happened down there.
Shout out in the chat to our good buddy from Wisconsin Whitewater, Coach Sean Walker. Thanks for tuning in, Sean. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back on Bowl TV in just 2 weekends for some more collegiate action at the granddaddy of them all of the regular season, the Hoosier Classic, 49th annual. Taking place in Indianapolis, Indiana. The final Tier 1 and wrap up as teams prepare for the postseason. So be sure to check that out and subscribe to Bowl TV so you can get updates of when we're live just like that.
And our whole department will be in Indianapolis that weekend, it looks like. You and Emil Williams Jr. will be having fun at the Hoosier Classic. And we'll be across town at the 60th anniversary dinner and festivities for the Professional Bowlers Association and Hall of Fame inductions. Should be a good time for all of us.
It will certainly be something.
Speaking of a good time, it appears that just based on the scoring here at the ITRC, it actually was North Carolina A&T completing the sweep of Louisiana Tech, 4-0. Nice effort there by the Aggies. So they now will bowl for a shot at 9th place here.
All right, another 10th frame coming down to the anchors on 9 and 10. It's a big opening strike for Sacred Heart. 209 out there. Fairleigh Dickinson not in a must-strike situation, but if they do not strike on this first shot, could potentially lose and fall down 3-1. There's Carson Lukosius. He's made some big shots here. There's one more. Now I'm just going to need good count on the second shot. We'll have another match tied 2 apiece.
Down in the McKendree-Vandy match. A little bit of excitement, some drama. So Vandy missed a single pin in the 9th frame. McKendree also opened in the 10th, so never mind. Drama averted. We'll have another game in that match. McKendree will lead 3-1. The Bearcats didn't shoot many spares in those first 3 games, and just a little bit rusty. How about this finish here on 9 and 10, Mr. Smith? After the open frame. 5 strikes for FDU. And the win.
That's why it's a team effort, Matt. Teammates picking you up. 223, 207. Back 6 for the Knights.
Come on, girls. Hey, here.
It is turkey time, Aaron Smith.
Sounds delicious. Stephen F. Austin, 4 in a row. Nebraska looking for 4 in a row of its own. As they prepare for the 8th frame, down 2 pins. And the fast 8 creeps up for the Huskers. Let's see if the Lady Jacks can take advantage, make it one more. From way downtown. Maryland Eastern Shore has tied things up against Prairie View A&M. So they are 2 apiece over on lanes 7 and 8. Lady Jacks keep it going, striking the 9th. Looking to take the 3-2 advantage.
Aaron, I think the parents and the friends and family are just as excited as the players. There's some serious high-fiving going on back here behind the settee area. It's a wild time for all.
Absolutely, Matt. And a wild time for the Red Wolves. 214 to 185 winner. They are up 3-1 now. Ahead of Sam Houston State. Oh.
Sam Houston out to the hot start down there, but fizzled out a little bit, struggling the rest of the way. So the Red Wolves, 1 win away. We will have the championship match here on 9 and 10. And 11 and 12 will be the other 2 teams in the championship bracket bowling for 3rd place.
Lady Jacks put up 234 in a win in Game 4. They're going to be in the 250s. Nebraska really hasn't had a bad game. It's just been that type of match. A lot of striking. For the Cornhuskers, their low game is 214. But they've only mustered up 2 victories through 5 games.
Well, 2 top teams pushing each other. And that means big scores. Saw some big scores on that pair yesterday as well. It was Arkansas State over McKendree with a big effort. Both teams flirted with 1,200, which has been almost unheard of here at the Prairie View. Only team relaxing right now, North Carolina A&T with a sweep over Louisiana Tech. So the Aggies will wait to see, will it be Maryland Eastern Shore or Prairie View for 9th place. in our featured pairs. 2-2. Sacred Heart and Fairleigh Dickinson. Stephen F. Austin up 3-2 over Nebraska.
If these matches do make it to 7 games, the higher ranked team will get lane choice. So in our matches, that would be Nebraska, the 6th seed, get to pick their lane. They're able to win game 6 here. Fairleigh Dickinson, the 5 seed, also get lane choice. FDU has a double right there. Shaping up to be another good one, just past the halfway point. Sacred Heart unable to convert its 2-4-5. FDU is left the same, 1 frame ahead. Knights able to convert. See if Sacred Heart can bounce back after the open frame and looking at potentially another, the big 4. FDU can put themselves in great position here. A solid 9th frame. That's as solid as it gets. Sacred Heart will take the 2. Their max score 202. They're able to throw the last 4 for Fairleigh Dickinson. They would need to fill 20 pins to take the advantage in the match. Be ahead for the first time since it was 1-0. Strike will just about do it. That's all 10. Knights are going to go up 3-2.
Stone cold in the anchor position there for FDU. Appreciate everybody stopping in. Our highest number of viewers this weekend. Remember, subscribe to Bowl TV so you don't miss out on any upcoming events. And if you enjoy college bowling and you enjoy the coverage, Give us a thumbs up below your video window. Big numbers makes it impossible to not be at these events.
Come on, one more.
It's like Arkansas State, a 4-1 winner over Sam Houston. So after going down 1-0, the Red Wolves battle back, win 4 in a row. Last game 191-181. Arkansas State will bowl for the title.
They've been the team to beat all week. Can they make it one more match? Maryland Eastern Shore has won 3 in a row to go up 3-2 against Prairie View A&M, 196-166. In that match, Fairleigh Dickinson finishes up with 222.
Pretty consistent effort for FDU here. 2-0, 222, 2-0, 223, 222.
I think it's pretty impressive looking across all the games we've had so far here, just between lanes 9 through 12. We've only had one game under 200 so far here in the Baker format. Stephen F. Austin looking to not go to a 7th game.
That was a yeehaw for the Lady Jacks. 4 consecutive strikes.
Well, they are from Texas. And we're in Texas, so it all makes sense.
A nail biter. Untitled Vanderbilt, 224, 223. Unfortunately, not sure which one's which. That one looks like it came down to the fill ball. We'll find out here in just a moment.
Stephen F. Austin cannot be shut out as they prepare for the 10th. Nebraska will have the opportunity to apply some pressure. 238 max score for the Lady Jacks, 232 available for Nebraska. Can Stephanie Schwartz throw a double here? There's one.
Schwartz now a seasoned veteran, both at the collegiate level and internationally with Junior Team USA. She's been in the big moments before.
All right, Julia Bond keeping her team's hopes alive, but could be all over here. Just needs count now. The Lady Jacks will win 4-2. FDU not messing around. They don't want to go to game 7. Early 3-bagger.
Aaron, it was McKendree over Vanderbilt in that game, 224-223. So our championship match will be McKendree and Arkansas State. We'll have that here coming up next on lanes 9 and 10. The 3-4 match will be Sam Houston and Vanderbilt.
.232, the final score. Stephen F. Austin will improve their mark on the year, taking the match 4-2. Only 2 matches left going now.
Pretty big final 3 games for the Lady Jacks, 234, 258, 238. To move past Nebraska, the 5-time defending champions. Best Nebraska can do now is 7th place.
FDU's string of strikes ends with a pocket 7-10. Sacred Heart responds with a double in the 3rd and the 4th. Prairie View A&M off to the early lead against Maryland Eastern Shore, our only other match going on right now. It's over on 7 and 8. Sacred Heart ready for one more match. They want to take on Stephen F. Austin too for that 5th spot. Again, when everyone is finished with this round, we'll have a quick break. Teams will move to their next pair. There'll be a quick practice session as well. I want to say another 10-minute practice session on your new pairs. Before we get into action, we will have our championship match as well as our 3rd place match right here on Bowl TV. Back-to-back opens for the Knights. Going to give Sacred Heart a chance to essentially make this game even through 6. No problem on the spares, so we are as close as you can get. That is a stubborn 4-pin right there for a Sacred Heart. FDU can regain the lead here with a double 8th frame. Great shot, kicks to the 10. FDU faithful in attendance.
There's some fire on the lanes, behind the lanes. FDU well represented here at the ITRC.
Looks like Prairie View is going to force a Game 7 against Maryland Eastern Shore. Well, we have another one here, 9th frame. Fairleigh Dickinson working on a double. High quality shot right there. Equals a high quality result. 3 in a row. Max score for Sacred Heart. After that strike, they can still get to 236, 245 out there for Fairleigh Dickinson. They're not going to wait around. Going to stay on the offensive.
He has delivered multiple times in this match.
Leaves the 2-8 though. So must strike situation now for Sacred Heart to keep their hopes at 5th place alive. Otherwise, FDU can spare and get into the 220s. There it is, Rachel Bamford. This FDU Sacred Heart match is not disappointed. Oh, unable to convert the 2-8, 2-11 in the books for FDU. Sacred Heart needs a mark. A decent count here to force Game 7. A great shot, leaves the 7.
Sacred Heart folks right there, not too happy with the Prairie View chant right there in the middle of the approach. The result, a 7-pin, never an easy spare, as we have learned. Game 7 going on next door. Maryland Eastern Shore and Prairie View. Otherwise, pretty quiet here at the ITRC, except for those obnoxious announcers.
Those guys. No problem on the spare for Amanda Nardiello. Now needs 7 pins.
This game, potentially the match, coming down to 10th frame spare shooting.
Hang tough. Hang tough. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll get back to mix them up. 2:15, 2:11, Sacred Heart. We're going to Game 7.
Come on, girls. Go. Come on, FDU.
All right, so 2 Game 7s happening right now. Our championship match will be Arkansas State and McKendree. 3-4 match, Sam Houston and Vanderbilt. Stephen F. Austin a winner over Nebraska. So best Nebraska can do after 5 consecutive titles now. 7th place. It's the Lady Jacks of SFA waiting to see, will it be FDU or Sacred Heart in the 6th match. And our final bracket, North Carolina A&T over Louisiana Tech. NCAA waiting to see if it will be Maryland Eastern Shore or Prairie View.
Get a little bonus coverage there of the other match going on. A few frames ahead. Follow along with the live scoring. Link is in the description below the video. While you're on your way down to check that out, be sure to give the thumbs up a click if you like what you're seeing. Oh. All knotted up after one. Nearly converted the 5-7 there. Put the 5 in front of the 7. Maryland Eastern Shore clean through 3 frames. Prairie View A&M had a double, but now looking at a 4, 7, 10, and potential open in the 4th frame.
Remember, folks, after this game concludes, don't go anywhere. We've got another round coming up. We'll have the championship match here in our featured pairs and the final results and such. I'll have a recap for you later tonight on bowl.com. Should be all wrapped up and ready to go. We'll have all the news and details before that other big game starts this evening. And if you missed any of the week's action, you can find that in the Bowl TV archives. Don't forget to subscribe. You won't miss on any of the next action coming up down the road. More collegiate action in 2 weeks. The Hoosier Classic.
Maryland Eastern Shore has grabbed the advantage. A pair of spare conversions away from being all knotted up here, but FDU unable to convert the 10. Sacred Heart can take the early lead. They're able to convert the 4-pin here on lane 10.
To our left, Maryland Eastern Shore leading Prairie View in the final game of that match. And here late in our Sacred Heart FDU match, spares coming into play. We saw a lot of strikes being thrown on our other featured pair, Nebraska and Stephen F. Austin, but here, spares. A lot of difference.
Maryland Eastern Shore up 13. So that game approaches the 7th frame of the 7th game. The Hawks increased their lead with that strike in the 7th. Now up to 15. And a miscue from Prairie View. Might be trouble. FDU gets their first strike since the second. Sacred Heart looking for their first strike since the second frame, unable to get the 6 out. Open frame from Maryland Eastern Shore. It's going to be a big strike in the 9th for Prairie View. Getting within 5. There it is. Ninth frame now coming up for UMES. Hawks had a strike of their own. Coming down to the anchors. Hawks hold a 5-pin advantage over the Panthers of Prairie View. The 9 counts are the theme here in Game 7. On lanes 9 and 10. Late trip of the 9 for Prairie View to kick off the 10th. Caitlin Dickerson has been bowling great all week. And Jackie rode a match and leaves the 5-pin. Good count for Prairie View here, and they will take the win in 7.
Tournament host, Prairie View. Not in our house.
Gonna show their resilience in the back half of the game. After an open in the 7th, they put together 4 in a row. They're going to take the win over the 3-time NCAA national champions, Maryland Eastern Shore.
Big finish there for Prairie View, and they have the opportunity to invite all of these teams here, and they choose to invite the best in the nation. And what a sweet moment there. Prairie View will have a chance to finish 9th this week. We'll face North Carolina A&T in the final of that bracket coming up here in just a few minutes. Final match now. Get close to the final frames. Big shot there for Sacred Heart. Next score for FGU now, 182. Sacred Heart can get into the 2 teens, so in control here. FGU going to probably finish first. Sacred Heart will know exactly what it needs to do, if anything, in the final frame.
It's the first double of Game 7 after having a relatively high-scoring first 6 matches. Spare shooting has been at a premium. Sacred Heart finding the first double. Can they make it 3 in a row? No doubt.
So best FDU can do now, 172. All teams will bowl another match though. And win here, Sacred Heart would advance to take on Stephen F. Austin. They will bowl for 5th place. 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational.
This decent count here will be enough for the Pioneers, and that's how you want to do it. All 10 back. Sacred Heart's going to collect the 4-3 victory.
All right, so teams starting to make their way over. 9 and 10 championship match, McKendree and Arkansas State. ASU led every phase of this event. Now we'll have a chance to claim its first win here at the Prairie View. We'll have the number 2 and number 3 ranked teams in the country. McKendree number 2, ASU number 3 in the December poll. Other match will be Vanderbilt and Sam Houston going for 3rd place. Final couple shots here coming up. Sacred Heart over Fairleigh Dickinson.
.203.162, the final tally. Sacred Heart collects the 4-3 victory. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break here as teams move to their next pair. For our final round of coverage, we will have the championship match, Arkansas State and McKendree, as well as the 3-4 match, Sam Houston versus Vanderbilt, coming up next year on Bowl TV, so don't go too far. Teams are moving. We'll have some practice in between. And we'll be ready for what's next. So hang tight. Tell your friends, let them know on social media. If you're rooting for one of these schools, be sure to let everyone know to check it out here on Bowl TV. So the final round of competition coming up next here at the 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational at the ITRC in Arlington, Texas. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Canzaro. We'll be right back for more action here on Bowl TV.
Fellas.
assignments for your second bracket match are lanes 1 and 2, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, Louisiana Tech University. Lanes 3 and 4, Prairie View A&M University, North Carolina A&T State University. Lanes 5 and 6, Sacred Heart University, and Stephen F. Austin State University. Lanes 7 and 8, Harry Dickinson University, and University of Nebraska Lincoln. Lanes 9 and 10, Arkansas State University, and McKendree University. Lanes 11 and 12, Sam Houston State University, and Vanderbilt University. Teams, please make sure you're moving to your assigned lanes for your next bracket. Teams, your lanes are ready for your 10 minutes of practice. pull up on your practice. No more deliveries, please. If there are any teams that need to designate lane choice, please let us know at the front counter. Quick reminder to all teams and fans, we'll have awards immediately following the last match.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is championship time here at the 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational. This is Matt Canizaro and Aaron Smith. We are live at the International Training and Research Center, the ITRC, here in Arlington, Texas, home of Team USA, but this weekend home to some of the best female collegiate bowlers in the country. 8 of the top 10 teams in the nation battling for the title here at the Prairie View A&M Invitational. We're down now to 2 teams looking to hoist that trophy. We'll have a new champion here in 2018. Will it be top-seeded Arkansas State or defending national champions, the McKendree Bearcats? This is the 7th edition of the Prairie View A&M Invitational. First one was won by Vanderbilt in 2012. Nebraska then rattled off 5 consecutive wins. The Huskers did not make the championship bracket this year, and the best the Huskers can do now is 7th place. We saw them earlier in our first round of bracket matches, but now it is all about the title. Arkansas State and McKendree. Our other featured match on lanes 11 and 12 to our right will be Vanderbilt and Sam Houston State. Those 2 teams also advanced to the championship bracket. They will bowl for 3rd place here after falling in the first round earlier today. So there you have it. To get to the title match today, Arkansas State, a 4-1 winner over Sam Houston. The Red Wolves went down 1-0 and then battled back with 4 consecutive wins in the best of 7 match to advance to the championship. McKendree got off to a hot start, averaging more than 250 in its first 3 games before losing 1 to Vanderbilt. McKendree advanced 4-1 over the Commodores. It'll be a pretty quick pace here, and no doubt expect a lot of strikes to be thrown. McKendree, I don't know what the Bearcats ate for breakfast, but I want some. Let's see if they can maintain that energy after, again, a blazing hot start, averaging more than 250 through 3 games on the way to a 4-1 victory. Arkansas State, though, looking for some redemption. The Red Wolves have been in the top 4 each time here at the Prairie View, still searching for that first victory. Standout for Arkansas State, Jordan Richard, the Team USA member, has been nearly dominant here at the ITRC, has been the individual winner or runner-up in 3 consecutive Prairie View A&M Invitational. So, but at this case, Baker play takes that one individual out of play and becomes a complete team effort. Each bowler will bowl 2 frames in each game this match. Aaron Smith, what's up on your end of the live stream table?
Hello, Matt, and hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on Bowl TV, the biggest numbers we've had all week, and certainly you came for the right at the right time. It's big time here. Championship match, 3rd place match. And you kind of saw it trending towards this Arkansas State McKendree battle with some of the bigger scores. Arkansas State dominant throughout the week. McKendree, we saw them face off on 11 and 12 yesterday, put together a terrific match. An instant archive, as we called it then. With both teams, I believe it was about 1188 to 1159. Probably 2 of the biggest scores we saw all week bowled against each other, so these teams definitely bring out the best. We get to see it one more time here in the championship match, best of 7, Baker. It's going to be fun.
Well, if you are just joining us for the first time this weekend, or you're new to the Prairie View A&M Invitational, it is an opportunity to see all facets of college bowling. We started the weekend off with 5 5-game Baker matches, 25 total Baker games on Friday, followed by 5 traditional games. That's where every bowler bowls the entire game yesterday. 1 more traditional game this morning, and now back to Baker, but best of 7 matches. So a great variety, allowing the teams to shine where they shine or show their versatility. And heading into today's bracket action, total pinfall through the Baker matches and traditional games determine the seeding for the brackets. 3 different brackets, 4 teams in each, based on, of course, again, where they finished in total pinfall, with only the top 4 teams having the opportunity to actually win the event. For the rest, each match along the way, 13 in total, count toward their overall season records, win-loss. So each match right now very important, even though only 2 teams now can actually win the championship trophy. So now that you're all caught up, I'm looking up and seeing almost nothing but strikes here on our featured pairs. These teams came to play, and you certainly can hear it. They have plenty of energy and excitement, great fans. It is loud here in the ITRC.
It's been a trend all week. Great crowd support here. Great to see the families and friends coming out supporting a college bowling. But these teams have been the cream of the crop so far this week, winning matches, putting up some impressive performances. We'll see who has what it takes to claim the title as well as 3rd place.
Aaron, during the break, I ran into Nebraska coach Paul Klempa, and after his high-scoring match on our featured pair against Stephen F. Austin, it was definitely a good show. You know, he asked if we were showing that match during the broadcast, and of course we were. People like strikes. It was exciting. Our other match, FDU and Sacred Heart, spare shooting came into play a little bit more than the high-scoring event, but a little bit of everything if you're a bowling fan. And even though Nebraska did not win that match, they were pretty proud of the effort and the scores they put up. The 2 teams pushed each other, and we're absolutely seeing that here. We've got some of the best in the nation, and nobody's going to back down. So it's just a matter of who can push harder, and perhaps who will falter first. And 2 great matches and 4 terrific teams happening right here on Bowl TV.
You mentioned that Nebraska match. For the Cornhuskers, their low Baker game was 2-14 in 6 games, and they were only able to rattle off 2 victories. So that talked to the amount of strikes being thrown on 11 and 12, and already shaping up to be a good one here in the early going. Vanderbilt and Sam Houston. Pretty close here between McHenry and Arkansas State in game one as well.
And Aaron, other matches this round, bowling for 5th place. It is Stephen F. Austin and Sacred Heart. Also in that bracket, Fairleigh Dickinson and Nebraska. And then the third bracket, bowling for 9th place, tournament host Prairie View A&M and North Carolina A&T. The other match in that bracket, Maryland Eastern Shore and Louisiana Tech. And if you want to follow any of those teams, you can do so with the live scoring. There's a link to that in the information box below your video window. And if you love what you're seeing so far, a lot of strikes on the board, great bowling, give us a thumbs up. And we'll see about getting back here in 2019 for the next Prairie View A&M Invitational.
Big shot here in the ninth for McHenry. And we'll actually have a chance at a tie here to kick things off. If both Brianna Clemmer and Jordan Richard can find a way to throw 3 strikes in the 10th, we would be knotted up at 235. Sam Houston has a max score of 258, 238 out there for Vanderbilt. So another opportunity for a tie coming down to the anchors. On those programs, there's a strike to start it off by Jordan Richard. Former Player of the Year, All-American, now Team USA member and U.S. Amateur Champion in 2018.
So welcome to Jordan Richard Lanes at the International Training and Research Center. We'll see if the Team USA member can lead her team to victory here in 2018.
Sam Houston's going to take game number 1 here. First strike in the 10th will essentially wrap it up. Arkansas State is going to grab the early 1-0 advantage in the title match.
ASU 235, best McKendree can do 215, 1-0 Red Wolves here in our championship match 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational. Now the important part here now, keep that momentum going. Team's going to switch lanes, so we'll see if they were paying attention to what the other team was doing on that lane.
We saw Sam Houston get out to a strong start against Arkansas State in the last round, according to 248-217 victory for the Bearcats, so things went in the opposite direction afterwards, unable to record a game better than 200. But they collect the 258-226 victory in the opener. 2:35, 2:15. Arkansas State up 1-0 against McKendree. 2:58 and 2:26. Sam Houston State with the early advantage over Vanderbilt. Best of 7 Baker matches here at the ITRC. Top teams in the country showing it right here. Seen a lot of great shots today, all weekend, for teams to get up to this point. Who's going to have it for one more round?
And folks, also don't let the name on the scoreboard confuse you. The team switched lanes. So where it says ASU, that's actually McKendree. And MCK is Arkansas State this game. Aaron Smith has it right at the very top. Arkansas State, as you can see, going on the left lane, McKendree on the right. 1-0 Arkansas State, so almost crystal clear. But we're here to help you navigate through it.
An early stumble for Arkansas State in the third, 4-6-7 split. So McKendree starts off with the front three. Jessica Malott unable to get the 10-pin to kick out in the fourth. But the Bearcats hold the advantage. I have to be more specific, I guess, when I say Bearcats, since we have a pair of Bearcats competing right next to each other at the moment. Sam Houston also goes by the same moniker. We're off to another strong start. Spare double for Brad Hagan's crew out of Huntsville, Texas. Sam Houston's Stephanie Zavala gets the trip to make it 3 in a row.
All right, Aaron Smith, will we see one lane yield higher scores than the other, and a seesaw perhaps? And then, of course, it comes down to if there is a Game 7, lane choice, possibly. Still a long way from there, of course, but so far here in our championship match, it is the right lane yielding more strikes.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to keep an eye on throughout. Of course, we had our final traditional game this morning, so the lanes were oiled once. The 40-foot lane condition to start things off, so we had a full traditional team game, 5-player on there, along with 10 minutes of practice. And then for this opening Baker round, especially on 9 and 10, that went 7 games, so a little more traffic, some more practice. So these lanes have seen quite a few balls go down them. So the oil pattern has moved around a little bit, so keeping up with that transition will be key, especially if we see a trend with one lane yielding higher scores than others.
We've got some very experienced coaches with excellent eyes. And nobody, again, wants to back down. They've spent many of their recent years watching Nebraska find success at this event. Now it's time for somebody new.
So you're saying because I have poor vision, I would not be an excellent coach?
Well, they say those who can't teach, and since neither of us can, that means we'd be excellent teachers.
Good shot there from Lauren Pate. rings the 10, unable to get to topple though. Arkansas State looking to get something going here. Saw Leah Glazer shoot 279 on our featured pair yesterday during that big showdown we had. She's moved into the leadoff spot for the Red Wolves. Looking to get them going here in game 2. They got some work to do. Vanderbilt unable to find a double so far in game 2. Putting together the Dutch 200 up to this point. Keep it going with a spare of the 9-pin. Can the Red Wolves find a double on lane 9? See if they can keep McKendree honest here in game 2. McKendree's not going to make it easy though. Great shot there from Sarah Willie, member of Team USA in 2018.
McKendree 1 frame ahead, max score 248. Red Wolves keeping their momentum going as well. And a 235 max score.
They definitely made the right move after not seeing some great ball reaction to start on lane 9. And with the Richard connection of Haley and Jordan, can find a way to keep this string of strikes going. This could quickly become a 2-0 in favor of the Red Wolves.
Haley and Jordan, twins, seniors at Arkansas State. 3rd ranked team in the country, but so far without a win here at the Prairie View or a national title. So a lot of motivation, I would imagine, here for the senior campaign, and you're seeing that unfold here live on Bowl TV. The Red Wolves in control now with the open frame for McKendree. Best the Bearcats can do, 216.
Brianna Clemmer is able to go up in the 10th here and throw all 3. That would mean that Jordan Richard would need to get the first strike. Max score for Arkansas State, 235. They would lose 21 pins though if Richard leaves it. A single pin, and she does. So this is going to come down to potentially the fill ball. Big spare here for Sam Houston State.
All right, 2 big shots for Clemmer there in the 10th. Seen her do that time and time again as well. Pair of national titles last season. Success internationally. Now applying the pressure here. Looking to even this match.
So 9's a winner for McKendree. Sam Houston going to go up 2-0 against Vanderbilt. That's a winner, all 3 in the 10th. Showing the moxie.
How about that roller coaster we just saw? That's what the fans want. We do have a celebrity sighting. Stephanie Johnson, Team USA member, not in the building. Aaron's looking around. Steph watching online. Best friend Shannon O'Keefe here coaching the McKendree Bearcats. And now we're tied here in our championship match, 1-1.
Looks like we're having a ball change here for Jordan Richard. Try something different. Now back in business. Going to be tied 1-1 in our championship match. .216 and .211 the final tally.
Teams on the move. Game 3 underway. McKendree and Arkansas State. All right, folks, here's your opportunity. Got two great matches going on here. Two terrific teams bowling for the title. Who's your choice? Are you all about the purple, gray, and black of McKendree? Or the black and red, the Red Wolves of Arkansas State? Just throw it out there in the chat room.
Get you an update of some of the other matches in a moment. So look forward to seeing everyone's answers in the chat.
So tough break to start there for McKendree with the 7-10 ASU double to begin this game. So far, the winner of the first two games on the right lane.
Nebraska with a 245-217 win in game 1 over Fairleigh Dickinson. Stephen F. Austin 208-195 over Sacred Heart, up 1-0. Louisiana Tech 229-213 over Maryland Eastern Shore. And North Carolina A&T 215-207 over Prairie View. Through 1. Vanderbilt looking to get something going here, down 2-0 to Sam Houston. Kicks off game 3 with a strike. Miscue from the Red Wolves. As Lena Fischler gets the hit for Sam Houston to kick off their game 3.
this weekend. 40-foot oil pattern utilizing Kegel fire oil. Medium pattern and medium volume at 26.7 mils. But regardless of the pattern, Mr. Smith, I believe some of these teams are going to be headed home and working on some spare drills as they get ready for the postseason. Some trouble now for Arkansas State after the missed single pin. Now the 410. For Haley Richards, she'll get one. Now the momentum swings back McKendree's way.
We saw Arkansas State up 3-1 in the finals back in 2016 before Nebraska made a furious charge back. The Red Wolves looking to avenge that close call. Jordan Richard gets him back on track. The strike in the 5th.
And now McKendree with the split. So advantage back. It's like watching a ping pong match here. Who wants this one, Aaron Smith?
I'm going to say both teams, Matt. Going to go out on a limb there.
Well, see how bad Arkansas State wants it here. Opportunity for a double to extend a small lead. Big shot there.
Laser gets him to tumble. Miscue, back-to-back miscues from Sam Houston. So Vanderbilt can keep some momentum going from that. Again, if your team is not on the featured pairs, but you'd like to see how they're doing, you can follow the live scoring by finding that in the description below the video. If you're heading that way, feel free to give the thumbs up a click as well. Let you know you like what you're seeing here on Bowl TV. And of course, subscribe to Bowl TV if you haven't done so already when you're all said and done here today. Each team now with back-to-back opens in our championship match. Just in different parts of the game. We saw Arkansas State respond with a double. And McKendree get it going. Keep it close, but trouble in the 7th. Big 4. For the Bearcats.
Well, the torch strike pace now seems to have slowed a bit, flip-flopping lanes, a little bit more transition, and now spares becoming that much more important. Keep the ball in play, leave something makeable, clean it up, and leave it to your teammates to get your back.
Nice shot there from Julia Heron from Arkansas State, member of Junior Team USA in 2018. Red Wolves now up 38 as McKendree prepares for their 8th frame.
And just like that, Mr. Smith, team's getting lined up again. 3 in a row for Vandy. And now Sam Houston looking for 3 in a row as well. Key double there for Arkansas State. Now the ball in the hands of Jordan Richard. I do like their chances in this situation.
I agree with you there, Maddie.
But pressure from McKendree, the double in the 8th and 9th.
And that's going to be enough for Arkansas State to take a 2-1 advantage. 187, the most McKendree can get to. And now less than that, so the Bearcats look to regroup as they go to arguably the more favorable lane so far in our championship match. Lane 10 has yielded the winner all 3 times so far.
Well, Arkansas State was the top seed coming into match play. Dominated all weekend long. McKendree qualified 3rd. See if that comes into play at all. Right now it will be a 2-1 Arkansas State advantage.
We're getting closer to a 2-1 score in our other feature match as well for the battle for 3rd place. Vanderbilt more or less needs a mark to shut out here. .204, 166, the final tally. On 9 and 10, Arkansas State up 2-1. Well, stranger things have happened. Sam Houston technically not out of it yet, but will just be about done if Maria could take care of this 4-pin. We'll see how much the momentum of game 2, the back half, Red Wolves got a pretty good look on the left lane. We'll see if that little run, even though they didn't get the win, helps push them ahead here in the early going. Although I'm not sure what just happened with the scores there, so we'll have to get that corrected. Now we're all set. Vandy is on the board. They claim the 213 and 203 victory in game 3. Sam Houston still leads 2-1.
All right, folks, if you'd like to see the complete results from this weekend, visit bowl.com later today. We'll have a story recapping the action today and standings from all 3 days of this year's Prairie View A&M Invitational. This is Matt Cannizzaro and Aaron Smith, and we are halfway through our championship round here at the ITRC. 4 very talented teams on our featured pairs. Arkansas State leads McKendree 2-1 in the title tilt. Sam Houston 2-1 over Vanderbilt in the battle for 3rd place. Early advantage, Arkansas State over McKendree.
Looking at some of our other matches going on right now. Nebraska up 2-0 on Fairleigh Dickinson. Sacred Heart and Stephen F. Austin tied at 1 apiece. Maryland Eastern Shore and Louisiana Tech tied 1 apiece. And North Carolina A&T 1.5 to 0.5 against Prairie View A&M. They tied at 2-14 in game number 2.
McKendree working on the double after the open frame. Talented team top to bottom here, Mr. Smith, and you've seen them compete individually and as a team quite a few times over the last 12 months between the intercollegiate team championships, NCAA championships, and then a terrific showing at the USBC Team USA trials for team and coach.
Yeah, it's been quite a run for the Bearcats. 2017 definitely the year not only of the team, but Mama Bearcat as well. Shannon O'Keefe put together a great showing on the PWBA Tour, winning the Smithfield Tour Championship for her first major title to end the season. The ITC and NCAA titles, and talking to Shannon a little bit, you know, this This 5 right here that we've seen primarily throughout the week was pretty much the group last year. Taylor Bailey and Brianna Clemmer, freshmen in 2017. Now moving on to that sophomore year, but couldn't have asked for better starts to their collegiate careers, obviously. But, you know, Shannon, as well as Brian O'Keefe, kind of talked about, you know, they kind of expected the program to be here this year. They kind of trended a little bit quicker than they thought, which obviously great all around. It's bad for the other teams, but the team really came together and they found a good mix of having some young players providing sparks at the top and the bottom of the lineup with Taylor and Brianna, but also having that veteran leadership from Sarah and Jessica. Lauren Payton gets to step into that role next year, junior this year. She'll be off to her senior campaign in the 2018-2019 season. Definitely a lot of trust in this group to make the big shots, make the moves when they need it. And of course, 2018, as you mentioned, off to a great start. Shannon winning Team USA trials to collect her 14th consecutive year on Team USA. Sarah Willie making a great showing, finishing third in the U.S. Amateur to also earn a spot on Team USA 2018. And then Brianna and Taylor getting to be a part of Junior Team USA for the 2018 season. All tied up at the halfway point between Sam Houston and Vanderbilt. In our third place match, Sam Houston up 2-1. Nice conversion there by Jessica Malott. The always tough 3-6, 9-10. Looks like we have some additional updates. Nebraska now up 3-0 against Fairleigh Dickinson. Stephen F. Austin 2-1 against Sacred Heart. Maryland Eastern Shore up 2-1 against Louisiana Tech, and I believe we had a score incorrect earlier. North Carolina A&T up at 2-1 against Prairie View A&M, our host. They did not tie in game 2. Now looking at the scores. Another back and forth match here, McKendree and Arkansas State. Sam Houston looking to take the advantage if they can find a double here in the 7th frame. Here's Haley Connolly. Delivers. They'll grab the 10-pin advantage heading into the 8th. Oh, great shot there from Sarah Willie, rings the 10. Kendrick had jumped into the lead with a double there.
To keep with the exciting theme, another match potentially coming down to the 10th frame.
Haley Richard leaves a 10-pin of her own with both conversions, once again, will come down to Jordan Richard and Brianna Clemmer.
Let's go, Bearcats!
There's one conversion. Never a doubt. Sam Houston unable to make it 4 in a row. But will hold the advantage going into the 10th.
Big spare here for Haley Richard in the 4-hole. Set up the 10th frame. A 4-pin advantage for ASU. With the anchor bowler stepping up. Clemmer's going to go first.
As for it to lay off a little bit there, does exactly that.
Arkansas State up 2-1.
Jordan Richard, far left of your screen. There she is. Looking to match. Comes in light, leaves the bucket. Now have an opportunity for a tie.
All right, so count, very important there. Got just enough to make it exciting. But not enough to put that extra pressure on Clemmer for the double. She delivers it anyway, snaps the 10, because that's what she does. Got to see her do that quite a bit last year on CBS Sports Network.
Speaking of ties, another opportunity for a tie on 11 and 12. If Vanderbilt strikes out there at 225, Sam Houston, they do not deliver the double. They could spare it out for 225 of their own.
Clemmer, field ball, doesn't matter. 210 is a winner. Jordan Richard 202. So we are all knotted up at 2 here. McKendree and ASU for the title.
All right, tie now in play. Sam Houston and Vanderbilt.
Tell all your friends. We've seen some good numbers here in our championship match. Viewer-wise, let's see if we can get over 500. Tell everybody. Got a great championship match between Arkansas State and McKendree, tied 2-2 in this best of 7 match. The semifinal, or the other match going on, the 3rd place match, not too bad either. Sam Houston and Vanderbilt.
Sam Houston is going to take the W. Did not need the count there. Vanderbilt was unable to deliver the 2nd strike in the 10th, 223. Will be enough to go up 3 games to 1. For Coach Brad Hagan's team.
Sam Houston, 2014 NCAA champions, so they've been to the dance and gotten it done. Now trying to secure 3rd place here at the 2018 Prairie View.
looks like Nebraska finished off the sweep of Fairleigh Dickinson, so they're going to be up, or they're going to finish in 7th place. FDU will finish the week in 8th place overall.
So Arkansas State in a little bit of trouble early here. McKendry with the double. And then the Red Wolves open frame, and now a 10-pin in frame number 2. All right, things potentially going to get quiet here at the ITRC around us as the matches start getting done. Appreciate everybody being here. Creeping toward that 500 number. Tell everybody a nice little warm up for that other sport has its big game today. Vanderbilt 3 for 3. Trying to stay alive here in our final match. It's been a fun 3 days, folks. We saw 25 Baker games on Friday, 5 traditional games yesterday. Now the exciting best of 7 Baker conclusion. Terrific host, Prairie View A&M. Had a nice dinner and Hall of Fame tour last night for the players. And of course, the fine staff here at the ITRC, Lou Marquez, Nick Carinci, and Rod Ross. Red Wolves unable to double. 20-pin advantage for McKendry. Pate with the spare. Vandy 5 for 5. Down 3-1. Sam Houston back-to-back open frames here early. Jordan Richard, a little spark there for the Red Wolves. Down 19 as we reach the halfway point now of this match. 2-2 is the score so far. Vanderbilt adds one more, 6 for 6. Sam Houston unable to knock down all 10 on that right lane, so things won't get too quiet too soon. Vanderbilt can keep striking to hang on here to win game number 5. That early double for McKendree so far was the difference. Now another open frame for Arkansas State in the 6th. McKendree can extend its lead even more. Vanderbilt up on lane 11, 7 for 7, looking for 8. High team game of the week, 289. And the 4-pin won't go. The Commodores well on their way to a win here. Force at least one more game against Sam Houston. McKendree able to double. Max score 257. Best ASU can do 216. Nebraska already a 4-0 winner over Fairleigh Dickinson. So Nebraska finishes in 7th place. Everybody else still bowling. All right, first double of the game there for the Red Wolves. And tough spare for McKendree. Two, 4, 5 for Willie. She cleans it up now. Max score for the Bearcats, 234. ASU still can get to 216. Haley Richard looking for 3 in a row to set things up for her twin sister, Jordan.
Been able to get the 4-pin out there. Kendry just needs to avoid disaster here in the final 2 frames, and they're going to take the 3-2 lead. Be the first team to conquer lane number 9. Now official McKendree ahead for the first time in the match, 1 game away from claiming their first Prairie View A&M Invitational title.
Aaron has Clemmer missed today when it counted at all? It seems like every time you look up, she's doubling in the 10th frame at least, throwing the important ones.
She has been impressive today, to say the least, Matt. Maybe just a fill ball here or there. She has made the right moves as the lanes have transitioned.
Stephen F. Austin, a 4-1 winner over Sacred Heart. The Lady Jacks finished in 5th place. Sacred Heart 6th overall.
.231 at 185, the final tally. So McKendree moves ahead 3-2. Going to be 3-2. Sam Houston State ahead of Vanderbilt as soon as they finish up their game on 11 and 12.
All right, so it looks like the other 4 matches might be complete. So it's all about us and Bowl TV.
How about that?
So as Aaron mentioned, McKendree, the first team here in our championship match to conquer the left lane. Otherwise, it was the right lane yielding the winning scores. Now can McKendree take advantage of that and win it all? Or does ASU fire back? Good start there. Great shot, but the 10 won't go. Okay, we'll have a final recap for you later today on bowl.com in case you missed any of the action. Also, it will be archived on Bowl TV, so you can find it there hopefully forever and ever, long after Aaron Smith and I are gone.
Wow, that's grim.
Well, we probably won't be here forever, sir.
Well, not with that attitude.
But I'm going to hang on for dear life as long as I can. This is some fun stuff.
This could be our final 2 games of the weekend. McKendree and Sam Houston State are able to win. That would conclude the 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational at the ITRC. If not, who doesn't love a Game 7? Our championship match is on 9 and 10. The battle for 3rd place on 11 and 12.
We've got the place to ourselves here, the ITRC. Other 8 teams packing up, getting ready for whatever long ride home. These top 4 still fighting.
Four for 4, Sam Houston State.
Throwing some strikes deep in the heart of Texas, looking to end this thing. McKendree also done bowling for the weekend. So let's go home. Let's go watch the Super Bowl. 3 strikes for the Bearcats and the advantage here.
Shot there by Vanderbilt. Carey doesn't cooperate. Sam Houston, excuse me, nearly gets that hit though. 6-pin ends their run of strikes at 4. Taylor Bailey looking for 4 in a row. He's gonna have a chance. Jordan Richard not ready to let her team be done with the week. So you mentioned Nebraska 4-0 over FDU. Stephen F. Austin 4-1 over Sacred Heart. Stephen F. Austin finishes 5th. Maryland Eastern Shore over Louisiana Tech 4-1. And North Carolina A&T over Prairie View A&M to finish 9th. 4-1. Sarah Willie. 10 back. See if Glazer keep the pressure on. That's trouble. That's big time trouble here. For the Red Wolves, 4-6-10. The young freshman has bowled so well this week. But trouble here in the championship match. We'll see if McKendree can keep the momentum going. Gotta keep the foot on the gas. They do. Jessica Malott trips the 5-pin out. We could be moments away from our winning moment.
Emil Williams Jr. here just for fun, looking to capture that winning moment on video. Extra tripod in hand.
Back-to-back miscues for Sam Houston. Gonna let Vanderbilt kind of sneak back into this if they can put together some strikes. 9th frame, McKendree. Lauren Pate keeps it going. They can go 280 this game. And more or less just a matter of final score, but our champions here at the 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational are going to be the defending NCAA and ITC champions, the McKendree Bearcats. Nine counts now, plaguing Sam Houston State. They need a spare here. 10-pin from Clemmer. One time she hasn't needed it after delivering so many times in the 10th, but this is just a victory lap time for MCK. for Arkansas State. What a week here at the ITRC. Top qualifier. Impressive 9-2 overall record. Heading into the finals here, but just not going to be enough in the title match. As Shannon O'Keefe and company continue to see things go their way, transitioning 2017 to 2018. Waving in the winning moment, because that's what you do. Uh-oh. Sam Houston, 4 in a row to start, now in big trouble, as Vanderbilt is just taking its time here. Final shot, McHenry Bearcats, your 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational champions, finished with 259 to defeat Arkansas State 4-2. Vanderbilt on the board, seeing opportunity. Sam Houston really needs to take a step back here. Get it back together. Big double Commodores. Will we have 7?
Well, still early, right? Might as well do a little more bowling here.
259-204, the final tally, as McHenry captures their first Prairie View A&M title to become just the 3rd champion all time in the tournament's 7 years. Vanderbilt winning the inaugural in 2012, followed by 5 consecutive victories by Nebraska. But now MCK can add their name to the list.
Heartbreak for Arkansas State. Always bowling well here at this event. In the top 4 each time. Leading start to finish here. And coming up just short in the championship match. Perhaps a little extra motivation heading into the postseason. Number 3 ranked Red Wolves falling to number 2 McHenry. Potentially number 1 McHenry in the next poll, whenever that may come out.
Ninth frame Vanderbilt working on 4 in a row. Lay trip of the 10, how about that? We're getting closer and closer to a game at number 7 here. We will have 7. Commodores showing their resilience. And we will have one more here on Bowl TV before we call it a day. 190 in the books. Sam Houston off to a strong start, 4 in a row to start that game. Plagued by a few missed single pins and a split in the 8th. As Vanderbilt has stormed the back half of Game 6. What could have been is now one more game. (226-190) victory. Vanderbilt as we head to 7. Vanderbilt, lane 11, kicking it off. Final game of the battle for 3rd place. Start things off with a resounding strike. Sam Houston says, "I got you." Gotta enjoy the energy here from these players after a long week. Still having fun out there, still having a good time. Sam Houston avoids an early miscue. That ball definitely checked a little earlier than hoped. But just the 4-7. Vanderbilt does not catch that break in the 3rd after the early double. 4, 6, 7 of their own. Although this will conclude coverage of the 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational, Bowl TV will not be short of competition in the collegiate aspect 2 weeks from this weekend. Myself and Emil Williams Jr. will be in Indianapolis, Indiana for the 49th Hoosier Classic, the final Tier 1 of the USBC collegiate season. The final kickoff before postseason play starts. Coming up 2 weeks from this weekend. But before we start thinking more about that, unfinished business, Bearcats and Commodores, Game 7. Stephanie Zavala makes it a double. Sam Houston's Amber McLeod is going to step up first here. She gets 3 in a row. This crowd will let you hear it. Strong start, Game 7, Sam Houston. See if Vanderbilt's sophomore standout can add one of her own. Maria Bulanova had a great week, finished, I believe, 3rd in the overall standings. Make it 4 for the Bearcats. Letting out a yeehaw to be heard all around Arlington. Can Vanderbilt quiet them, though, with a strike here? Talk about a shot. Haley Connolly makes the adjustment. Makes it 5 in a row. Tenpin in the 7th for Vanderbilt. Time slipping away for the Commodores. Can they make it 6? No doubter. Bearcats inching closer and closer to a 3rd place finish. Vanderbilt cleans up the spare. 234 their max score. Brad Hagen's Bearcats still have 280 as a max. Must strike situation rest of the way out for Vanderbilt. That is a very stubborn 4-pin. Everything but the kitchen sink hit it. Did not topple over. 7-10 thought about standing for a quick second. Spare in the 8th, it drops their max score to 223. And now Sam Houston State will just need count. They will finish the weekend with a win. And a 3rd place finish. That will be a winner. Sam Houston State wins in 7, 4-3. So we have our final shots of the 2018 Prairie View A&M Invitational. So our final few shots this week as we reflect on another great Prairie View A&M Invitational. 2:49 for Sam Houston to take a 4-3 victory over Vanderbilt. Just want to give a quick shout out to head coach Glenn White and his staff with Prairie View. Always put on an amazing event for these student athletes here at the ITRC. A big thank you to Rod Ross, Lou Marquez, and Nick Harishny for their hard work all weekend to make sure everything was up and running, good to go for us. Stephen Padilla, our director of coaching, also the head official this week on behalf of the NCAA. These student athletes, all the fans, everyone join us here on Bowl TV. 2:23, the final tally for Vanderbilt. As they finish 4th, Sam Houston 3rd, Arkansas State 2nd, and McKendree, your 2018 champion here at the Prairie View A&M Classic. That is going to conclude our coverage here for the 2018 event. So, as with every great broadcast, we'll conclude it with a great man who knows how to say great things. My partner in crime this week, Matt Canizaro. Take it away.
All right, folks, we can't say enough about our appreciation for you joining us here on Bowl TV. Another terrific event in the books, as they say. And now we'll shift gears to the other great event of the day, the Super Bowl. But certainly it has been a super Sunday already here at the ITRC. We appreciate all of you. We'll hopefully see you again next year here at the Prairie View A&M Invitational, folks. Congratulations to McKendree and all the other teams who bowled so well here this weekend. That is the news for now, folks, and we'll see you on the lanes.